I guess I'm live. What's happening? So I'm looking for myself here, and then I'm gonna send me to another page all at the same time, and then they're gonna send me to another page. The people who I'm doing this for. So what's going on today? There we go. I'm doing for a long time. I've been friends with Jane Canepa from Columbia College. She's a teacher there, and I am always down for getting involved with a. Wait, let me finish typing. This is normally happens backstage, before we go live. But I'm just one person, so because this is social distancing and sheltering in place at its best. All right, so here we go. So now, all right. Hi, I'm Phil Circle. What's happening? So my friend Jane Canepa, she's a teacher at Columbia College, and I'll have to put comment moderation. It asked me to comment moderation. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right. So Jane Canepa is a professor at Columbia College in the music business department. And I think while I was at Columbia still, which is back in the 90s, I did a Jammin with Jane event. What she does is every semester, one of her classes puts on an event, and it's always a fundraiser. So I've done a bunch of these over the years. I'm happy to do another one. And this one has got to be about as unique as they get. So I'm going to play a little set for y'all. And in the information there is a little piece where you can send money via Venmo. You can go to the Test Truck website. And additionally, I commented on there that if you go to my online store, if you're that person where you're like, well, I want to put some money out there, but I want to help the artist, or I don't feel like just throwing money at it, but I want to buy your album, Phil, I'll give a portion of anything that I sell on my site, as long as this is online and anybody puts Test Truck in the info field, I'll send a portion of that to the Test Truck. What the Test Truck is the Roseland Community Hospital has a COVID-19 test truck, and they're bringing it to residents across Chicagoland, not just the South Side, and traveling to healthcare facilities and nursing homes all over the Chicagoland area to test people for COVID-19. I've got a script here, so how cool is that? I don't usually get a script. All right, in these unprecedented times, we are hoping to make a difference in the lives of people in the Chicago South Side community where Roseland Hospital is located. That's also, the demographics of much of the South Side are also the demographics of some of the people who have been hit the hardest by COVID-19. So I'm glad I read this because I'm all the more about it, man. This is so important. So on to the musical portion of our show. So I don't know what kind of music you like if you're not already somebody who follows what I do, but I hope that some of what I play is some music that you like. So I've been teaching music for 25 years. I'm a recording artist for the same amount of time. I was actually teaching before I went to college. That's why I went to college. I realized I didn't know anything, so I should probably go get an education. I got tired of faking it, so... Stay with me, my love. I hope you'll always be right here by my side if ever I need you. Oh, my love, in your arms, I feel so safe and so secure. every day. It's such a perfect day to be alone with you. I will follow you if you follow me. All the days and nights that you know will be, I will stay with you if you stay with me. Just one single tear in each passing year. With the dark, I see so very clearly now. All my fears are drifting by me so slowly now, fading away. I can say the night is loud and you are here close at hand. I'm better for the smile you give. And while I live, I will follow you if you follow me. All the days and nights that we know will be, I will stay with you if you stay with me. Just one single tear at each passing year. Stay with me, my love. I hope you always be. All right. Oh, hey, Jane's watching. Hey, Jane. Oh, thanks. Yeah, my shirt. You're a rock like lava. That's a title from a song of mine called Lava. It's, or a lyric from the song Lava. That's mineral water, not vodka. I no longer partake. I've become rather boring in my older age. But I'm glad to be here. As I said, I attended Columbia College and it was Shenandoah Thompson. I have a record label called Gilpat Association Records. All the artists keep 100% of their proceeds, and one of my fellow artists is watching now from upstate New York. I'm trusting everybody everywhere is taking good care of themselves and the people around them. I've been saying for a long time, we're all in this together, and now CBS stole my hashtag. Seems like for a long time, things have been changing in the world, and some people seem to like to ignore that and hope that it fixes itself. And then inevitably something like this happens. COVID-19 is what I'm referring to, but there are a lot of other things going on too, you know. And then we all kind of unite to do something about it. The spring has passed and I am last in line today. Turned around and all the time had gone away. All of the years given to rain and other places, things and thoughts of lies I'd often but I feel and wonder why I turned away. I see the clouds when they break away. Overcast of dark and green I'd never seen. Waters rose to fill our eyes and questions unforeseen. All of the days lost in between. Words and the tongues that wag were lagging far behind. Fears of the young ignored, it's not the humankind of life we want pass along. Did we break away? I see a way beyond the clouds and break away. We finally speak aloud and carefully we say, can we get it right and stand this very day? I feel it there, we dream aloud and write anew. Sing again the very song we thought was gone. And break away. Cancers that were growing, did we never know? Answers that were planted in our hearts long ago finally bloom, and now we know. Our life we want, we wish, we wonder when we're gone. Signs that we saw before us, silent for too long. And now we hear, find that we are near. And break away. I see a way beyond the clouds and break away. We finally speak aloud and carefully we say, or can we get it right and stand this very day? Feel it there, we dream aloud and write anew. Sing again the very song we thought was gone. And break away. We break away. I don't know if that one's done yet. So you're my guinea pigs. I just been working on that new tune there. So I went to Columbia College for composition. So ostensibly I can orchestrate a symphony, but I've never had to. I became a songwriter on purpose. It's easier. I just write the chords and lyrics down, man. I wrote this in 1989 about climate change. Back then it was Fringe Theory. I like that show, by the way. You ever watch it? It's called Down to the Sea. Even with the sun shining down, I feel the rain. Every morning I know right away it came in the night, yeah. I remember when the rivers ran down to the sea. I got a pencil packing heavy on my back like a world of trouble. Bring it to me double in a sack and say it's right, it's right. Our world brought down, can't hear a sound down to the sea. And the thunder leaves it all asunder to the sea. She like a pencil packing mama alive with all the drama. She like it coming, so she'll shoot you down to the sea. Down to the sea. Even with the rain falling down, I feel the burn. And the sky turning on says we're done. Oh, remember when the rivers ran down to the sea. I remember when we swam up from the sea down to the sea. To shoot you down to the sea, down to the sea. Even with the sun shining down, I fear the rain. Every morning I know right away it came in the night, yeah. I remember when the rivers ran down to the sea. I remember when we swam up from the sea. I remember origin of manna from the sea down to the sea. Take me down to the... Some people are talking to me here. I should respond. I need a script. Well, hey, hello, all you Jammin with Jane folk. I hope you're all behaving yourselves in Zoom class. Right. Yeah, Shenandoah, you don't need a script, dude. You're an accomplished actor. My dad was part of what they called the Greatest Generation. Bob Circle. Yeah, you know, lived through the Great Depression, the World War II, Cold War, missile crisis, all kinds of upheaval and assassinations and stuff. And I just started writing a blog today. By the way, if you want to go to my website, it's philcirclemusic.com. You can find everything on there. I got a book about my journey so far. Won an award. There it is. I can't see my screen down here. I've got a monitor on, but there's all these different chats going on, which is very exciting. So you can go buy this book in three formats. There's paperback, there's ebook, and there's audiobook. And I did the audio with my friend Ted Wilfers. He's out in LA. He's a Chicago guy originally. And again, if you buy anything on my store, I will send some of the proceeds to Team Test Truck. It's hashtag Team Test Truck, in case you're wondering. In music, that'd be sharp, Team Test Truck, but there's no T in music. So anyway, this is kind of a song. Every song is really, to you, whatever you make of it, right? So if I say this song is about, you might hear it and go, I don't hear it, dude. That's the idea. Every song is your story. That's when we relate to a song. That's, in fact, exactly what we're getting out of it. Our story. Everybody goes, wow, Phil was really on today. That was how he felt really mattered to me. We're responding to what we hear in our own stories. Stylistically, the best advice I ever got was from the founder of the music department in my alma mater, who said, if it sounds good, it is good. And he got that from Duke Ellington. So I guess that's accurate. So I wrote this song kind of about my dad's experience. just to him way post-mortem, he's long since passed away. I just was thinking about him today, as we do. So you can tell them all we're coming. We don't say where we've been. If they knew all that we've done, they might think us less of men. You raised up his cigar and took another draw. For the first time I recall, he told me everything he saw. And he's no lesser man. Putting them all down, taking them all out. Don't dare make a sound, never hear your shouts. Moonshine on the hillside, stealing for his food, hitching for a long ride, forever touches me. He's no lesser man. The sun just died, the sun just went away. Some playing light, still trust in what they say. I'm bringing them all up, never tear them down. It's a half-empty cup, it's a quiet little sound. He's no lesser man. Every street he roamed, for every pain he groaned, for all he did along the way, for everything he saw, he took it all and taught me there's no better way to be. I think I feel the answer. Don't be no mental dancer, standing up to live this day. You're no lesser man. I just want to know what to do about all this. The only fever that I know is dying from a kiss. I still stand up, better make a sound. It's a common cup on a common ground. I'm no lesser man. You're no lesser man. He's no lesser man. I all he did along the way. Nothing, no metal dancer, standing up to live this day. Was talking about how about the greatest generation, the people who lived through the Great Depression and World War II. I was thinking about that, and I was writing a little blog about it today because I was thinking about how youth today. I say this like an old man. Oh, kids today. 54 years old, right? So youth today are often given a lot of crap. Of course, that's every generation. Just so you all know. If our parents complained about us, we'll complain about our kids, that kind of thing. I think between our financial crisis, all the upheaval in the world becoming at once bigger and smaller at the same time, in that we're all more deeply connected at the same time that the population is massive and overwhelming amounts of technology and technological advances and climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic now literally affecting the entire planet. I believe our youth today are our next greatest generation. So I have hope for our youth. You should too. He says, getting all preachy and shit. All right, so here's a little song of hope. What I mean is I'm coming home after many a day. What I've seen, it's pretty cold, but I've found my way, and I ain't gonna stop till I reach the top. I have no idea where that is. I'll just keep on moving, try to hold the groove in, keep my rhythm any way I can. What I mean is I'm coming home after many a day. What I've seen, it's pretty cold, but I found my way. I was crawling in the bottoms, they said they knew they got 'em, but I slipped away one fever shaky night, hanging on by inches. I think I broke the stitches in a faded, foggy forest with no light. What I mean is I'm coming home after many a day. What I've seen, it's pretty cold, but I found my way. There's a couple angry people, a couple broken steeples, and a pile of rubble where the wind died down. Guess I didn't kill it, I guess I'll just rebuild it from the broken bricks laid firmly on the ground. On the ground. There's a couple angry people, couple broken steeples, and a pile of rubble where the wind died down. Guess I didn't kill it, I guess I just rebuilt it from the broken bricks laid firmly on the ground. On the ground. That's called What I Mean. So, once again, this is a fundraiser for the COVID-19 test truck that is provided by Roseland Community Hospital, but is serving not only the South Side, but anywhere it can get to. So I've got right here, let's see, Venmo. You can donate to the test truck at Jammin with Jane. That is Jammin W Jane. Okay, and I've got this on the thing on my Facebook on the comment. I mean on the description there. You can also go to teamtesttruck.com. There are 4 T's in there. Teamtesttruck.com. All right, so you spell it out exactly like it sounds, and you can donate that way. And Facebook.com, Jammin with Jane. In this case, we spell out the with. They're going to be doing this all week long. And I want to thank Jane for having me do this again. It's been a couple years. And the first one I did was back in college. Jane and I were both very young at the time. So... Matrix and Elvis, one plastic mold of you. 22, my hands will go back to friendly, enemy enemies to the story I'm living, the money I'm giving to them. Oh, 34. She said, $16 more in this kid will be hollering. Good friends with bottoms, oh, station down by the gas station. He's about. This is my surreal life. This is my surreal life. This is my surreal life. body eventually. Show me tricks, get down in the lobby. 9 hours of movies, you know, I think I like number 3. You see, theatrical premonitions, demolishing the sentence. Being more bitter, false, and fake than before. He's at the door, and you never know when she'll call, if ever at all. You don't know, she's not sure. Something irregular goes through the jugular. Third wife. Oh, this is my surreal life. This is my surreal life. And this is my surreal life. My real life. It's stranger than fiction. Trading bureaucracies for upstart democracies, vaulted plutocracies, just waxed your garnish up your wife. So did I, and then you got your hair respectable, with everything delectable. Left your dreams behind your easy chair. You got 5 kids in college on reality TV. Disconnected from yourself, dusty it is on a shelf. See it, blame it, could never feel it beneath the night. This is your surreal life. This is your surreal life. This is your surreal life. And if you're a real life, it seems stranger than fiction. You might realize better addiction. It's your real life. It's your real life. It's your real life. It's your real life. Bam. That there is one of my favorite riffs. It's like 3 different songs in it today. Yo, I told you what you wanna hear. Say I took you all the way there. So, baby, don't go tell me what I ought to do. I'm halfway down. May as well take it all the way down. Shook me through the night, shook me all the day. Shakes what you give, won't you take on away? So come on and pour me one more drink of sorrow. When I think what you want from me, think I'll be shaking tomorrow. I'm sitting alone in the dark of the night. I've been going the phone in my feelings inside. I'm afflicted. Walking with a woman and out with another. Forget what you hear from my sisters and brothers. Sitting in the subway with my sunglasses on, trying to reason out the rights and the wrongs. Baby, my old woman and girl, my flag, it isn't flying. It ain't halfway down. Means we'll take it all the way round. of the night, I'm ignoring my phone and my feelings inside. I'm afflicted. I walk in with one woman and out with another. Forget what you hear from my sisters and brothers. I'm alone, yeah, and I'm sitting in the subway with my sunglasses on, trying to reason out the rights and the wrongs. Baby, my woman or girl. Blanket isn't flying, it ain't even unfurled. I'm halfway down. May as well take it on. Halfway down. May as well take it on. Halfway down. May as well take it all the way round. See, I ended on the same chord with that song as I started with the previous song. There's 22,000 chords, and I use the same 12. I just put out a new album, but it's not new music, except for one song that I played live at CD Baby's DIY Musicians Conference last year. The Fire Studio thing. Oh, there's people talking over here. Man, there's so much going on. There's like all these windows. It's like this Starship Enterprise. If you're a big nerd like me, I don't know. I saw Picard, whole season 1, man. My wife and I sat and watched the whole thing. It was great. So this song is on my new album. It's called Guilty Not Guilty because my old band was called Guilty. And so my first album, 25 years ago, that's why I was celebrating the 25th anniversary of my first recording. And my first couple albums never were released digitally. So I released them digitally along with a bunch of other songs that never made it onto other albums. Hopefully not because they sucked, just because I couldn't find a place for them. And I've always produced my own stuff. I was DIY, indie, and all that kind of stuff before that was the thing to do. I was inspired by this woman who was saying that who produced all her own albums and did them like on cassette and then CD out of her trunk, and was making a living doing it, and and created an album, a record label called Righteous Babe Records. That was Ani DeFranco. So it was like this paragraph size thing I read about her back when I was at Columbia College. Then I went into the library there and looked through all the microfiche and researched the record industry. And I realized, wow, you really kind of get screwed in the record industry. I think I'll just do my own thing. And that's what I've done ever since. And now it's the only way to do it. Had a little feeling I found along the way. It's all about the stealing and everything I say. Had a tiny ocean locked up in my heart. It's been a rough ocean from the very start. Don't know where I'm going, can't remember where I've been. It's a painful ship I'm towing, takes me back there once again. Is it black or is it white? Is it day or is it night? My real self is quite in a mixture, but still I'm taking all the risk. The wind out there is brisk, can bring me to insist on a fixture. Still, I don't know where I'm going, can't remember where I've been. This painful ship I'm towing takes me back there once again. I see from a bloody horizon 4 directions that lead me away. I might be from a sunny perception, slowly dying and living today. This painful ship I'm towing takes me back there once again. Had a feeling I lost it on the wayside. It's all about the giving, there's nothing I can say. I haven't found a potion or a ship to cross at all. It's been a rough ocean, it's a heathen call. Don't know where I'm going, can't remember where I've been. This painful ship I'm towing takes me back there. Never again, never again. Never have regrets. Live a life where you won't have regrets. Even when you screw up, make it a lesson, learn from it. That's a song about don't have regrets. So anyway, for those of you who are not, finding me through my own usual avenues and stuff, my name is Phil Circle. Phil like the name, Circle like the shape. Indeed, that's my real name. PhilCirclemusic.com. You can find my music everywhere music streams and is downloadable online, including Pandora. But that's not important unless you go to my store and buy something, in which case a portion of the proceeds will go to Team Test Truck. That's hashtag it now. Come on, folks. Get with the game. Team Test Truck, okay? TeamTestTruck.com to donate or learn more about the Roseland Community Hospital COVID-19 test truck. You can also use Venmo at Jammin with Jane, but with is just a W, so Jammin W Jane on Venmo, all right? Or go to teamtesttruck.com and support that test truck and its adventures around Chicago's South Side and anywhere else they can go. And I expect that anywhere else they can go depends a lot upon how much you can donate. So I know a lot of people are hurting right now. I have one musician friend alone that lost dozens, literally, of gigs as soon as we had a shutdown. I was on WGN talking about it for a minute recently, and I lost gigs, and a lot of people are suffering for this, but we suffer a lot more. I know some people that have had this thing, man. It is not playing around. So we need to be tested. We need to be checked out. It is not like any other flu. It is not just influenza. It's very dangerous. I mean, really, very healthy people that I know have gotten it, and it was devastating. They made it through. But not everybody's so lucky. So let's keep being safe, folks. All right. In 2009, I was working on a full band album. I needed another song. Actually, 2009 is when it was released. It's 2008. And I was dating this young woman named Megan. So I thought I'd write a song about her. It worked. We're married. I can't say what's going on. I'm losing all my dates. Find my song. Bitter long pages are tearing through my bones. Everywhere I go, people throwing stones. I fall to the ground and start to bleed. She picks me up. Will I get it right? There's so much wrong. My fingers hurt from climbing, feet from moving on. with a brain that's in a spin, and a heart that's racked in pain, feeling far too long to win. I fall to the ground and start to bleed. She picks me up. Angel mine, angel mine, all mine. My angel fine, she's all mine. Just in time. Every morning when I wake, I feel pain. The world is aching. I can feel it for myself and drown in self-destroying ways. Feel the warning, see the warning, just in time. I fall to the ground and start to bleed. She picks me up. Angel mine, angel mine, all mine. I can't say what's going on. I'm losing all my days. Can't find my song. Bitter long ages are tearing me. Everywhere I go, people throwing stones. I fall to the ground and start to bleed. She picks me up. I fall to the ground. She picks me up and starts to bleed. Still a little bit of your taste in my mouth. Still a little bit of you laced with my doubt. Still a little hard to say what's going on. Still a little bit of your ghost, your witness. Still a little bit of your face I haven't kissed. And step a little closer each day, so close that I can't say what's going on. Stones taught me to fly. Love taught me to lie. Life taught me to cry. It's not hard to fall when you float like a cannonball. Still a little bit of your words in my ear, and still a little bit of your song I long to hear. Step a little closer each day, so close that I can't say what's going on. taught me to cry. Mount courage, teach me to be shy. And it's not hard to fall. Don't wanna scare, it's not hard to fall. I don't wanna lose, it's not hard to grow. Oh, when you know that you just don't know. Just a little bit of your taste in my mouth. Just a little bit of you laced with my doubt. It's still a little hard to say what's going on. Stones taught me to fly. Life taught me to lie. Life taught me to die. And it's not hard to fall. And I don't want to scare her. It's not hard to fall. And I don't want to lose. It's not hard to grow. Know that you just don't know. I don't even know what time is it. Oh, well. Okay, so how about another one? It's called Backing Down. Backing down from battlegrounds of dissonance. Turned around experiments in life and love and hate. Rarely been through, but always took the bait. Reeled in, for cries upon the wall. Hear the sound of baying hounds, of visionaries tearing down the rudiments of everybody's fate. Like a fender on a broken car, knocked around, driven too far to stand alone for another day. They always ask, but I never know. Always ask, I never know. Always ask, I never know what to say. So I'm backing down. Falling down a broken path, bells they ring, trumpets sound to herald in the nothing king. And walls they crumble like broken souls, vines are choking into bowl. The ground is cracked, a taste of water, foreign as the light of day. I always ask, but I never know. I always ask, but I never know. Always ask, I never know what to say. So I'm backing down, backing down. Look to me for answers now. wounded sage can't tell you how. Wisdom falls from battle cries that lead you to no greater heights. Lean hard into the warmth of life. Spend your time on love. Lean hard into the warmth of life. Spend your time on love. Spend your time on love. Backing down from battlegrounds of dissonance, turned around experiments in life and love and hate. Rarely been through, but always took the bait. Reeled in for a prize upon the wall. They always ask, could I never know? Always ask, but I never know. They always ask, I never know what to say. So I'm backing down, backing down. Lean hard into the warmth of life. Spend your time on love. Lean hard into the warmth of life. Spend time on love. Spend your time on love. All right, folks, go to teamtesttruck.com to donate money to the COVID-19 test truck provided by Roseland Community Hospital. This has been a Jamming with Jane event. Thanks, Jane Canepa, old pal, for getting me involved in this. I'm always happy to do fundraising stuff, but especially for folks that I've done this with before, done stuff with before, and have been good to me all these years. Jane was responsible for getting me into the Hard Rock Cafe for the first time 20-something years ago. And that led to several more appearances. That's our wonderful Chicago music community in action, everybody. Let me see if I got one more minute. This is by Memphis Minnie. It's from 100 years ago. It's about when the levee broke along the Mississippi River in New Orleans. And it was covered by some rock band later on. And this is sung completely in between version. Keeps on raining, levee's gonna break. Oh, when the levee breaks, have no place to stay. Me no levee, Tommy no weep and moan. Me no levee, Tommy no weep and moan. Got what it takes to make a monkey man leave his home. obligatory ending riffs. All right, hey, once again, I'm Phil Circle, philcirclemusic.com. But go to teamtesttruck.com to donate or learn more about the Roseland Community Hospital COVID-19 test truck. Venmo to donate to Columbia College students who are running this thing at Jammin with Jane, but the with is just a W. Jammin, W Jane. That's the event that is put on every semester through Jane Canepa's students in the business program over there at Columbia College, my old alma mater. I have that information too in the description of this event, which is being spread around town through the virtual world. Let's see if there's anybody I need to respond to here real quick, so people don't feel like left out and stuff. All right. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.